Thank you so much, Matt. Good morning, Cobb Democrats. Good morning. And guests. Y'all, I can't tell you how much it means to be here in person, to get to see each other face to face. I mean, it's not the same on Zoom or Facebook Live. You know, getting to elbow bump or fist bump or even sneak in a little hug, it just means so much after the last few years. It's just so nice to be in person. You can have those side conversations. How's your mom doing? How are your kids doing? You can't do that virtually, so it's so good to be in person. And over the last years, we've missed some things, right? We've missed some celebrations. We've missed some celebrations that we really needed. And I just want to say congratulations. John, congratulations. Donna, congratulations. Sally, congratulations. Madam Chair, congratulations. Y'all, we did it. We did the hard work. We showed up. We knocked on the doors. We made the phone calls. We attended events. We organized events. And it paid off. Our hard work paid off. Like we've been talking about, we made a difference here in Cobb. We have a new sheriff in town, Sheriff Craig Owens, who is addressing mental health and recidivism in our county detention center. We have a new DA, Flynn Brody, who helped prosecute the murders of Ahmaud Arbery. We have a new county chair, the amazing Lisa Cupid, together with the awesome Jerica Richardson and Monique Sheffield. We have a county commission that is not afraid to talk about diversity and inclusion. We have new school board members, the amazing Sharice Davis, the only mom and educator on our school board, together with Dr. Jaha Howard and Trey Hutchins. They have been speaking up for our families, our students, our children, even though the majority on the board keeps trying to silence them. We did the work, and it pays off. In House District 43, together with Stacey Efrott, Carrie Ann Tucker, Ben Davidson, Ann White, Fran Cameron, we helped register so many voters that it actually made a difference. People who had never gotten involved in politics to make their voice heard. And as a campaign, we reached out to people who had never been reached out to by any campaign. At one apartment complex off of Delk Road, I knocked on a door in a lower level, and a gentleman opens the door. I introduced myself, and he looks at me and he said, "You're running for office? You're at my door?" I said, "Yes, I'm here to hear about what are the issues that are important to you." He said, shocked, "Why, you're at my door. You're running for office. You're not in a ballroom in a hotel waiting for me to show up to talk to you." And I said, "No, that's not how it's supposed to work." It was about engaging people in the process, getting them to understand that their voice matters. And it did. Now, House District 43 is a pretty Democratic district, thanks to the way the map was drawn, and Solomon has submitted his paperwork to run for that seat. I'm so excited. It pays off. If it didn't, they wouldn't be trying so hard to pass laws to block us from marching in the streets, to make it difficult for everyday people to vote, particularly Black communities and immigrant communities. If it wasn't paying off, they wouldn't be trying to block us from showing up to the Capitol by building a 6-foot fence. And you know what I have to say to that? Mr. Kemp, tear down that fence. Georgia has some of the weakest gun laws. Women in the U.S. are 21 times more likely to be killed by gun homicide than women in other high-income countries. And when a gun is present in a domestic violence situation, a woman is 5 times more likely to be killed. The legislature continues to introduce harmful legislation, including permitless carry, and refuses to bring legislation protecting domestic violence victims by preventing their abusers from access to weapons. We still have work to do. This is not a time to step back. This is the time to step up. Because our work is not done. While we made great changes in Cobb, Republicans are usurping the voters' will using taxpayer dollars to draw maps that were already drawn, as we saw here before. While a majority of Georgians believe that a woman's reproductive decisions belong with her, the legislature is one-upping their extremist abortion ban by further banning access to medical abortion. And instead of supporting our teachers who have borne the brunt of the pandemic by adjusting lesson plans from in-person to virtual to hybrid at the blink of an eye, our legislature is burdening them that will make it difficult to teach science and history. I'm running for Senate District 6 because this is the time to step up, not the time to step back. I'm running for my sister-in-law, an Iranian immigrant, who, when I told her I was considering running, she said, "This gives me hope that I haven't had in a long time." I'm running for my 15-year-old neighbor who died by gun suicide. I'm running for Liz, an elementary school teacher who carries candy in her pocket at school in case there's an active shooter and the kids start crying so that they don't reveal themselves to the active shooter. I'm running for my friend who is a Cobb school teacher who has multiple health conditions and in the height of the pandemic wasn't allowed to teach virtually and was threatened with the loss of his job. I'm running for my many friends who have to worry about their children due to racial profiling because of the content, what's the current climate in this country. I'm running for the kids who walked out of school to stand up against gun violence and were threatened with suspension and a loss of academic credit by the administration. I'm running for my kids, and I'm running for yours, because they deserve better. Many of you are familiar with my background, but for those who aren't, I want to give you a little bit about me. I have a degree in economics from the University of Texas, a nursing degree from Kennesaw State. I've worked as an investment advisor in Texas, as a cardiac care nurse at St. Joseph's Hospital, and I've been a flight attendant with Delta Airlines for over 30 years. I'm not afraid to learn new things and not afraid of doing the work. My family is originally from the Netherlands, and I was born under the Franco dictatorship in Spain. My grandparents were in the Dutch resistance during World War II, fighting Nazi tyranny. I grew up knowing that a democracy is something to protect. At 18, I asked my dad if I could become, my parents, if I could become a U.S. citizen. My dad told me that it's not about just having a brand new passport, it's about a responsibility. There's a lot that comes with that. All those years ago, I made that promise, and I'm here to continue living by it. So why this district? Why this seat? This district is important to all of us. When Senator Jen Jordan walked into the state Senate chamber, she busted a Republican supermajority, which meant that they would have to at least recognize that there were Democrats in the room. She also busted up a boys' club who liked to call her Little Lady. And I guarantee you they don't do that anymore. We have to work hard to defend this seat. And I'm here to do the work. This district is where I had my first apartment when I moved to Atlanta. It's where my husband John and I, we had our first apartment together, where we bought our first home, where we raised our kids. My heart is in this work, but I can't do it without your support. So I'm going to ask you to take out your phone and go to my website. I think it's up there, electluisa.com. You can go there, you can sign up to be a volunteer, sign up for updates. And if you'll click on that red button and donate $6, you'll help us print our first walk cards. I so appreciate being here. I appreciate all the work that everybody in this room is doing, and let's move forward together.